Hey guys, today you are going to be creating the side of the cube for balance, and I wanted to remind you first what balance is. We have two types. We've got asymmetrical balance, and we have symmetrical balance. Alright? So when we think about balance, we're thinking about visual weight. Symmetrical balance is like a human face. What's on the left side or on the top is reflected by what's on the other side. And you can see this down in the lower box because my shapes that are on the right are reflected exactly on the left. So there is an even amount of shapes on either side perfectly, and it is very even visual weight. Alright? Up top here we have an example of asymmetrical balance, where it's not perfectly even on either side, but I've tried to place different shapes in different places and different sizes, so that even though it looks different on each side, if you squint your eyes, it just feels sort of like those shapes are balancing each other out, and it's more or less balanced, though probably not quite so much as symmetrical. Okay, so the tools that we're going to use on this side of the box are either the Shapebuilder tool or the Pathfinder tool, which are both pretty similar. They do basically the same thing, just Pathfinder is a palette and Shapebuilder is a tool. And Pathfinder is an older version of the tool, basically. So, what we want to do first is go to our layers as always. Click, make a new layer, lock our layers from before, and we'll just go ahead and name this balance. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, balance. Alright, so first I'm going to show you the older version. To do this, we have to open up the palette, which is not automatically open. So we go to Window, scroll down, and find ourselves Pathfinder. So everybody go to the P for Pathfinder. And you will find that a little palette will pop up on your screen. I'm just going to drag it over here so you can see it. We've got shape modes and all that good stuff. So, to see what I'm talking about here, you need to make two different shapes and overlap them. And I prefer if they have two different colors as well. So I'm going to take a polygon, and then I'm going to make a star and overlap them so that they are on top of each other just a little bit. And I'm going to make two different colors here. Bam! Move them around as you wish. Now what we have to do is select them both, as always, and we will use the shape modes. And each of these, as you hover over them, will give you what they do. They either unite them into one shape, they will take minus front, so it will take away the front shape from the back shape. The intersect tool will take away the intersection, and so on. So let's give them a try and see what's going on. First, unite. So the two shapes are reunited. To get out of this, I just Command Z to step back and try the next one. So I'm going to try minus this time. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Remember to keep them both selected. So minus. And you can see that the top shape gets subtracted from this whole shape behind, and you get an interesting third shape. Alright, so Command Z. Let's do that again. See what the next one is. this is the intersect tool. And you can see that what's left is only what was overlapping of the two shapes. So, Command Z. And finally, let's try the exclude. And you can see that it's sort of been popped out. The overlap of the two shapes has been cut out. Alright. These are still two shapes, so we're all good. They've been cut out. But I'm going to hit Command Z, and I'm going to show you basically just a newer, quicker way to do the same thing. But if you ever just want to use the Pathfinder, that's totally okay. So Command Z to step back. And we can put Pathfinder aside. Over here, in our toolbox, we have the Shapebuilder tool, which you've seen before because we went below it to find the Live Paint tool. Remember that it looks like two little circles and an arrow. And this does much the same thing as the Pathfinder tool. Same deal. We always have to have the two shapes selected and then select our Shapebuilder tool. What you'll notice is that as you go around over these shapes, there will be a little sort of halftone graying look as you go over each part. And you'll also notice that the cursor has a little plus on it at the moment. That means that if you click from one to the other, it's going to add it. So for instance, if I wanted to do the same thing basically as the Unite, all I would have to do is click from the one that I wanted it to, the color that I wanted it to be, say I want it to be pink, and click to the next shape that I want to unite with it, right over here. And I can continue or stop. So you have a little bit more specificity about what you want to be happening with this shape. So I could just leave it like this or continue on. Bam. So that would be basically like a unite. I'm going to go back. So here we are again at the beginning. But what if we want to do something different? Maybe we want to cut out something, like with the exclude here. In order to take something away, what we need to do is hold down the Alt Option key, alright? And this will subtract the shape from the entire thing, alright? So, holding down the Alt Option key, I click on this in the center, and you can see that that has now been excluded from our shape group. And then I could proceed, I can either leave these two different colors, or go back to adding and say I want to add, oops, shift, we can add, you can always only add from the top color. So that's an important lesson to learn there, is that you should always put the color that you want it to be on top. Alright? So that's that, people. We can, bam, add things. We can minus things. And so forth. Oh, there we go. So that's how we use either the Shapebuilder tool or the Pathfinder tool. You can create really awesome shapes by overlapping different shapes and combining them together, or getting an intermediate shape in between. Both of my compositions here have been created with the Shapebuilder tool, so you can see what a variety of things you can get. So what I would like you to do is make sure you have a new layer on your box. Experiment with either the Shapebuilder or the Pathfinder tool, or both, and create a balanced composition for this side of the box. Feel free to come watch this video again if you need to refresh your skills or if you're confused about something. And please, please, please help each other out. New neighbors, help each other out. Okay? So have a great day, guys, and I will see you soon.